Every morning, millions of people over 50 wake up and make the same 3 mistakes without knowing they're slowly killing their hormones. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, silently, day by day, robbing them of the energy, intimacy, and clarity they once had and still deserve. Hi, I'm Dr. James Whitmore, and if you're over 50 and feeling tired, disconnected, or low on drive, you're not alone. But there's a natural way to fix it. This video is for you if you've ever woken up already tired. If your mornings feel like you're walking through fog, physically present but mentally absent. If your energy crashes by noon, your motivation disappears, and your partner looks at you with a tenderness you no longer recognize in yourself. Maybe you've blamed your age, or your job, or your stress. But what if it started with the first 20 minutes of your day? This video isn't about quick fixes. It's about revealing 3 common morning habits. Quiet rituals you don't even think twice about, that are hijacking your hormones, draining your vitality, and making aging feel heavier than it needs to be. If you're over 50 and you're tired of feeling like the best years are behind you, I promise they're not. No one teaches you how to age with grace. They teach you how to earn, how to raise a family, how to hustle. But they never tell you what to do when the energy starts slipping, when your mind feels slower, when you look in the mirror and wonder where the fire went. Some mornings it's the stiffness in your joints. Other days it's the distance in your relationships, like something's off, but you can't put your finger on it. You can still laugh, still function, still push through the day, but you're not thriving. You're surviving. You try coffee to jolt you awake, a heavy breakfast to feel full. You scroll through your phone, numbing the morning silence before the world demands your attention. But beneath all that, there's a quiet grief, a sense that your body isn't working the way it used to, that your emotions are dulled, that your drive, whether physical, mental, or sexual, isn't as strong as it once was. And no one's talking about it, because at this age you're supposed to just accept it. But I'm here to tell you, you don't have to. Let's strip the shame and look at the biology. After 50, your body undergoes powerful internal shifts, many of them invisible at first glance. For men, testosterone begins to decline by about 1% each year after age 30, but that decline speeds up when poor sleep, stress, or poor lifestyle habits enter the picture. For women, estrogen drops dramatically during and after menopause, but that's only part of the equation. Cortisol, your stress hormone, often spikes in the morning and stays elevated all day if you're not careful. And then there's insulin, which can become resistant, meaning your blood sugar crashes more often, causing fatigue, brain fog, and even memory issues. But here's what most people don't realize: these hormones don't operate in isolation. They're a symphony, and your morning habits are the conductor. If your first 30 minutes are out of tune, if you spike cortisol with stress, skip nutrients, or confuse your circadian rhythm, then the rest of your day plays like noise. And day after day, that noise becomes your new normal. Low energy, low intimacy, low joy. But what if we could reset the rhythm? Let me show you what the science says, not hype, not theory, but hard evidence. Study number 1, cortisol and light exposure. A 2018 study published in Endocrine Reviews showed that exposing yourself to bright natural light within the first hour of waking significantly lowers cortisol levels throughout the day and improves sleep-wake cycles. Morning light also boosts serotonin, the precursor to melatonin, helping regulate your mood and restore your hormonal balance. Study number 2, skipping breakfast and hormonal disruption. Research from the University of Bath found that skipping breakfast disrupts your insulin sensitivity and elevates cortisol levels. For men over 50, this combo creates a double hit: poor blood sugar control and suppressed testosterone production. Study number 3, phone use and stress response. A 2022 study from Harvard Medical School confirmed that checking your phone within the first 10 minutes of waking activates the default mode network associated with worry, distraction, and emotional reactivity. This mental stress compounded daily elevates cortisol and diminishes your body's ability to regulate sex hormones and dopamine. So here's the truth: your hormones aren't failing you because you're aging. They're reacting to what you're doing or not doing in those first few moments after sunrise. And once you become aware, you can begin to change everything. So now that you understand how fragile and how powerful your hormones become after 50, let's dive into the 3 common morning mistakes that quietly erode your energy. Focus, intimacy, and identity over time. None of these are dramatic. That's the problem. They're so normal, so ordinary, so routine, that you'd never think they were hurting you. But like water dripping on stone repeated daily, these habits carve deep cracks in your hormonal foundation until you wake up one day wondering, why don't I feel like myself anymore? Let's change that. Morning mistake number 1. You check your phone before you check in with yourself. Let's start with the most common and most overlooked habit. The moment your eyes open, your hand reaches for the phone. Maybe it's the alarm. Maybe you scroll. Maybe you check the news. Maybe you answer texts or dive into emails. But in doing so, you bypass the most important moment of the day, the moment your brain resets. The first 15 minutes after waking are when your mind is most vulnerable and most programmable. Your cortisol is already rising. Your brain is switching from deep theta waves to faster alpha and beta waves. If you flood it with dopamine from your phone stress from the headlines or anxiety from that work email, you hijack your entire hormonal rhythm before it even begins. And what's worse, you set the tone that the world's needs matter more than your own. That your nervous system is not yours to protect. That your time belongs to someone else. Scientific backing. A study in the Journal of Behavioral Addictions found that early morning phone use was linked to higher daily cortisol output, poor mood regulation, and reduced testosterone in men with elevated stress. In plain English, your phone isn't just draining your time, it's draining your hormones. The fix: keep your phone on airplane mode overnight. Don't touch it for at least 20 to 30 minutes after waking. Instead, sit by a window. Breathe. Write down one thought, one feeling, one goal. Take your mind back before the world takes it from you. Morning mistake number 2. You skip water and go straight to caffeine. I get it. You wake up tired. The first thing you crave is coffee. But here's what you're not told: caffeine on an empty, dehydrated body is like lighting a match in a dry forest. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, naturally peaks within 30 minutes of waking. That's normal. But caffeine amplifies it, especially when your body is already in a mild, dehydrated state after 6 to 8 hours of sleep. The result: anxiety spikes, heart rate rises, blood pressure increases. Your body believes it's under threat. This floods your system with cortisol and adrenaline, which temporarily masks fatigue but then leaves you even more depleted later. That mid-morning crash, that irritability, that brain fog, it's not your age, it's your adrenal glands crying for mercy. Scientific backing. The Mayo Clinic found that consuming caffeine immediately upon waking, especially without hydration, doubles cortisol response, which disrupts testosterone, estrogen, and insulin function throughout the day. The fix: hydrate first before coffee. A tall glass of room temperature water with a pinch of sea salt and a squeeze of lemon is ideal. It reactivates your digestive system, flushes toxins, and signals your body that the day has begun in a calm, regulated state, not a chaotic one. Then, and only then, enjoy your coffee. You'll feel less anxious, more focused, and more energized, naturally. Morning mistake number 3. You skip protein or don't eat at all. I'm not hungry in the morning. That's what I hear most often, especially from people over 50. But skipping breakfast isn't harmless. In fact, it's one of the most hormonally damaging choices you can make, especially if you're already struggling with low-energy brain fog or intimacy issues. You see, after 50, your metabolic flexibility decreases. Your insulin sensitivity weakens. That means your body is more sensitive to blood sugar swings and needs stable, nourishing fuel early in the day to function properly. Protein is critical here, not just for muscle repair, but for hormonal balance. Protein feeds your neurotransmitters. It regulates your blood sugar. It supports the production of testosterone and dopamine, 2 key chemicals for energy motivation and sexual health. Scientific backing. A landmark study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who consumed at least 25 to 30 grams of protein within 1 hour of waking had higher levels of testosterone, improved cognitive performance, and reduced insulin resistance compared to those who fasted or ate carb-heavy breakfasts. In other words, your breakfast is either building your hormones or breaking them down. The fix: start your day with a protein-focused breakfast. Eggs, Greek yogurt, a protein smoothie with collagen and healthy fats, even something as simple as cottage cheese with berries. It's not about calories, it's about signaling safety to your body. Telling your nervous system you're nourished, you're protected. You can focus on thriving, not just surviving. And here's the deeper truth behind all 3 of these mistakes. They're not just physical, they're symbolic. Reaching for your phone first thing says, I belong to the world, not myself. Skipping water and flooding your system with caffeine says, I need stimulation, not stability. Avoiding protein says, I don't deserve nourishment. I'll power through. But you do deserve more. Your body isn't broken. It's just been following instructions. You can give it new ones starting tomorrow morning. And it doesn't have to be overwhelming. Just one shift, 1 glass of water, 1 moment of silence, 1 egg on your plate. That's how the healing begins. Now that we've uncovered the 3 silent mistakes that sabotage your hormones every morning, let's talk about how to rebuild. Because here's the truth, no one tells you. Your hormones are not static. They're responsive. They adapt. They're always listening. Every action you take, especially in the morning, sends a message to your body. And with the right choices, you can begin to reignite energy, desire, focus, and connection, not with pills or gimmicks, but through simple acts of restoration. Let's walk through 3 powerful morning habits that send the exact opposite message of those mistakes. Habits that say to your body, you are safe, you are valuable, you are still alive in all the ways that matter. Habit number 1, morning light. Before anything else, your body runs on light. It doesn't matter how old you are, your circadian rhythm, your sleep-wake cycle, your metabolism, your cortisol and testosterone levels. They all depend on exposure to natural light, especially in the first 30 to 60 minutes after waking. But what happens if the first thing your eyes see is a screen? Your brain gets confused. Your pineal gland, the part that regulates melatonin, doesn't get the signal it needs to suppress sleep hormones and produce alertness hormones like dopamine and testosterone. Your internal clock gets thrown off. You feel sluggish, irritable, and foggy. You might think, I didn't sleep well, but in truth, your brain is simply lost in time. The solution. As soon as you wake, go to a window or step outside. Even if it's cloudy, even if it's cold, even just for 5 minutes. Look toward the light. Let it hit your eyes without sunglasses. Let your skin feel it. This simple act resets your hormonal rhythm, telling your body it's time to release energy-boosting, mood-lifting chemicals like cortisol and serotonin, but in the right amounts, at the right time. Research backing. According to a study published in Nature Neuroscience, just 10 minutes of natural morning light can regulate cortisol secretion, enhance testosterone release in aging men, and significantly reduce depressive symptoms in older adults. Visual footage ideas. Footage keywords. Older man on balcony with morning sun, elderly woman sipping tea, by window, soft sunlight, hitting face quiet, backyard, sunrise walk. Why it matters emotionally, morning light, is more than a biological trigger. It's symbolic. It says you still belong to the day. You are not an afterthought. You are part of the rhythm of life. Habit number 2, hydration ritual with purpose. We touched on this earlier, but it's more than just drink water. After 50, your cells become less efficient at holding hydration. Your kidneys function differently. Your body loses water while you sleep, not just through sweat, but through respiration and metabolic processes. That's why you often wake up feeling stiff, slow, or inflamed. The worst thing you can do is skip hydration and hit your system with a dehydrating stimulant like coffee. The healing ritual. Within 5 minutes of waking, drink a full glass, 12 to 16 oz of room temperature water, ideally with a squeeze of lemon or lime alkalizing effect plus vitamin C, a pinch of sea salt or Himalayan salt for electrolyte balance. Optional. A few drops of trace minerals or a dash of apple cider vinegar. This isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about priming your digestion, rebooting your liver, stabilizing blood sugar, and clearing overnight cortisol. Scientific insight. The Journal of Clinical Endocrinology notes that mild dehydration in adults over 50 is directly linked to higher fasting cortisol, reduced testosterone production, and poor cognitive function, even if you don't feel thirsty. Why it matters emotionally. Drinking water this way is a form of self-respect. It's quiet. It's nourishing. It says I am worth caring for even before the day demands anything of me. Habit number 3, a protein-rich hormone. Loving breakfast. Let's revisit your first meal because this is where so many hormone imbalances begin and end. After fasting overnight, your body needs fuel. But not just any fuel. You need nutrients that support neurotransmitter production, stabilize insulin, and give your endocrine system the amino acids it needs to create testosterone, estrogen, DHEA, and dopamine. That means protein, clean fats, fiber, nutrients that tell your body it's safe to focus. Love, move, and heal, not just survive. Best breakfasts after 50. Option 1, 3 eggs, pasture-raised, plus sautéed spinach and olive oil, plus avocado. Option 2, Greek yogurt, plus berries, plus chia seeds, plus walnuts. Option 3, protein. Smoothie, unsweetened almond milk, plant or whey protein, 20g plus collagen berries, flaxseed. Option 4, steel-cut oats with added protein, eggs or collagen plus cinnamon plus pumpkin seeds. Research you should know. A study published in the American Journal of Physiology found that men over 50 who consumed a protein-rich breakfast had significantly higher testosterone levels and insulin sensitivity than those who fasted or ate high-carb meals. Why it matters emotionally. Eating like this isn't just about macros. It's a declaration I choose nourishment over numbness. You stop skipping yourself. You start showing up physically and emotionally. Let's pause here. Because what you've just learned, these simple habits, they're not about being perfect. They're about being present. They're about reclaiming something you may have given up without realizing. Your right to feel strong, clear, grounded, and connected at any age. Hormonal healing doesn't require perfection. It requires consistency with compassion. Because your hormones, just like you, don't need to be forced. They need to be listened to. So now you know the truth. The small choices you make in the first hour after waking can either damage your hormones or reset your entire system for healing clarity and strength. You've learned what to avoid. You've learned what to add. But the next step is the most powerful of all rhythm, because the body heals through repetition, not intensity, not obsession. Just a soft, steady return to balance day by day, moment by moment. Let's walk through a 3-step daily routine designed specifically for men and women over 50, backed by science, grounded in simplicity, and infused with deep emotional care. This is your daily reset plan. Step 1: morning, awaken plus align. This is the most important window of the day, and it begins before your feet even touch the floor. Start with a pause. Take a breath. Feel your body. Whisper something kind to yourself, even if it feels awkward. I'm still here. This is my time. Today begins with me. Then move into this healing sequence, morning light, 5 to 10 minutes. Step outside or sit by a window. Let the light touch your face and eyes without sunglasses. Bonus: move your body gently. Stretch, walk, or simply breathe. Why this matters. Morning light sets your circadian rhythm, lowers morning cortisol, and increases serotonin, the precursor to melatonin and dopamine. Studies show this also improves testosterone regulation and mood in adults over 50. Hydration ritual: 12 to 116 oz of room temp water. Add a pinch of sea salt and lemon or trace minerals. Drink slowly, intentionally. Why this matters. Rehydrating after sleep flushes stress hormones, supports digestion, and improves cellular communication. It also helps reduce joint pain and mental fog, 2 common complaints in aging bodies. Protein breakfast. Eat within 60-90 minutes of waking. Include 20-30 grams of protein, healthy fats, and fiber. Avoid high-sugar cereals or skipping meals. Why this matters. A protein-rich breakfast prevents insulin spikes, supports neurotransmitter production, and promotes hormonal stability, especially in testosterone, estrogen, and DHEA levels. Step 2. Midday engage plus recharge. This is where most people over 50 begin to lose steam, especially if they skipped step 1. But with the right choices, midday becomes a powerful hormonal checkpoint. Here's how to keep your energy stable and your hormones supported all afternoon: human connection. Share a meal with someone, even virtually. Call a friend, hug your spouse, ask your grandchild about their day. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, helps regulate cortisol and improves immune health. Science note: a study from UCLA found that adults who experienced daily positive social interactions had lower cortisol and higher testosterone than those who didn't, even if the interactions were brief. Smart lunch. Focus on lean protein plus colorful vegetables plus healthy fats. Avoid fast food, sugar crashes, or heavy processed meals. Why this matters: midday meals affect your insulin rhythm and can either promote or sabotage your afternoon energy, libido, and cognitive performance. Light movement break: a 10-minute walk outdoors. Gentle yoga, body weight movements, or dancing. Movement activates dopamine, improves circulation, and boosts testosterone. Step 3. Night wind down plus restore. Evening is not just for relaxation, it's for recovery. This is when your hormones reset, your mind recalibrates, and your body prepares to heal. But only if you let it. And unfortunately, most people sabotage this part of the day by doing the exact opposite of what their biology needs. So here's the new ritual: screen-free zone, 60-90 minutes before bed. Turn off phones, TVs, bright overhead lights. Use soft amber lighting and quiet music. Red journal stretch or simply breathe. Why this matters: screens emit blue light, which blocks melatonin and delays deep sleep. Poor sleep equals higher morning cortisol, lower testosterone, and poor insulin sensitivity. Sleep support. Drink herbal tea, chamomile, lemon balm, passion flower, optional magnesium glycinate, or collagen for deeper sleep. Scientific backing. A study in sleep medicine reviews showed that magnesium improves deep sleep and reduces nighttime cortisol, both crucial for hormonal recovery in older adults. Night journal. 3 minutes, write down one thing you're grateful for. One thing that made you smile. One gentle affirmation. This isn't just for mindfulness. It's to retrain your nervous system. Gratitude boosts dopamine and serotonin, lowering the hormonal load of stress that builds up throughout the day. Try this for 7 days. That's the invitation. This is not about perfection. You don't need to do everything at once. Just choose one habit to start with. Maybe it's the light. Maybe it's the water. Maybe it's putting your phone down and listening to the birds instead. But I'll make you this promise: do these 3 steps consistently for 7 days, and something will shift. You'll wake up more refreshed. You'll feel more clear-headed by noon. You'll reconnect to your body, to your breath, maybe even to your partner. And you'll remember you were never meant to fade. You were only meant to evolve. There's something I want you to hear, something that most doctors don't say. You've carried so much. You've raised families, worked long hours, made sacrifices no one ever saw. You've shown up for others again and again, even when you were running on empty, and somewhere along the way you stopped showing up for yourself. Not out of failure, out of love, out of responsibility, out of habit. But now, it's time. Not to chase youth, not to fight aging, not to pretend you're 30 again, but to reclaim the clarity, the vitality, the connection that have always been your birthright. To restore the relationship between you and your body, not as a machine, but as a living, feeling vessel of strength and wisdom. To understand that aging is not the end of vitality. It is the beginning of depth, a reflection for the soul. Your fatigue is real. Your low drive, brain fog, and distance in your relationships, they are not signs of weakness. They are signals. Messages. Invitations from the body asking, "Will you listen to me now?" Because beneath the noise of daily life, your hormones are not just chemicals. They are the voice of your inner rhythm, the music that moves you toward purpose, passion, and peace. When testosterone dips, it's not just about libido, it's about losing your fire. When estrogen drops, it's not just about hot flashes, it's about losing your intuition and warmth. When cortisol spikes, it's not just about stress, it's about feeling unsafe in your own skin. But the most beautiful truth, your body wants to heal. It remembers how. It only needs a rhythm, a return, a reason. And that begins with how you wake up. You are not broken. You are becoming. Aging is not decay. It's distillation. It's refinement. All the surface noise gets stripped away, and what remains is what's essential. Your energy, your clarity, your ability to love and be loved, your ability to feel grounded in your skin, no matter your age. The world may try to tell you you're irrelevant. Too late. Too far gone. But your hormones, your biology are whispering something different. We're still here. We just need your attention. A new beginning. One morning at a time. So here's what I want you to remember more than anything else. Healing is not a destination. It's not a supplement. It's not about chasing six-pack abs or reversing every wrinkle. Healing is a ritual of self-respect. It's the choice to wake up each morning and say, "I matter." My energy matters. My clarity matters. My presence matters. Not for anyone else. For you, because when you give to yourself even a little, your body responds. It lights up. It wakes up. It begins to trust you again. And in that trust, your hormones shift. Your mind clears. Your soul returns. It's not magic. It's biology, poetry, and dignity working together. You've spent a lifetime giving to others. Now it's time to give something back to yourself. Start with the morning. Just one small shift, then another. And you'll see, your body hasn't abandoned you. It's been waiting for you to return. If this video spoke to something deep inside you, if even one line made you pause and feel like, yes, that's me, then comment below, I'm ready. Not because you have all the answers, but because you're willing to ask the right questions now. And don't miss our next video, Why Men Over 60 Are Losing Desire and How to Fix It. It might be the piece you didn't know was missing. Because your best years, they're not behind you, they're one morning away.